Learning new phrasal verbs in English can be challenging, but understanding them will help you sound more natural and confident when you speak. Today, let's focus on a common phrasal verb, to pull off. What does it mean, and how can you use it correctly? Let's find out together. First, let's break down the phrasal verb. To pull off is made up of the verb pull and the preposition off. Together, they make a new meaning that is different from just pull or off alone. In English, to pull off has two main uses. The first and most common meaning of to pull off is to succeed in doing something that is difficult or unexpected. Imagine you try to do something that is not easy, and you surprise everyone by making it happen. That is when you can use to pull off. Let's look at some examples so you can see how it works. Imagine you and your friends decide to organize a big school play. It's a lot of work, and you are not sure if you can do it. But after many weeks of planning and practicing, the play is a success. You can say, "We pulled off the school play." This means you managed to do something difficult, and you were successful. Here's another example. Think about a soccer team playing against a much stronger team. Everyone expects them to lose, but after a tough match, they win. You can say, "The team pulled off an amazing victory." This means they did something that surprised people. They won even though it was hard. Now let's look at another example. Imagine you have a big test, and you didn't have much time to study. You are worried, but in the end, you passed the test with a good grade. You can say, "I pulled off a good grade on the test." This means you succeeded, even though it was difficult. So, to summarize this first meaning, to pull off means to do something successfully, especially when it is difficult or surprising. There is a second, less common meaning of to pull off. Sometimes it can mean to remove something by pulling it. For example, if you are wearing a tight sweater and you use your hands to take it off, you might say, "I pulled off my sweater." But in most conversations, people use pull off to talk about succeeding at something difficult. Now that you understand the meaning, let's practice together with more examples. Listen to each sentence and try to guess if pull off is being used to mean succeed at something difficult or remove something by pulling. First sentence, they pulled off a surprise party for their friend. What do you think it means? Yes, it means they succeeded in organizing a party that their friend did not expect. Second sentence, he pulled off his wet shoes after walking in the rain. Here, pull off means to remove his shoes by pulling. Third sentence, nobody thought she could finish the race, but she pulled it off. What does this mean? It means she succeeded in finishing the race, even though it was hard. Great job. Now, let's try using pull off in your own sentences. I will say the beginning of a sentence, and you can try to finish it in your own words. First exercise. I didn't think I would be able to finish my homework on time, but You can finish the sentence with pulled it off. So the full sentence is, I didn't think I would be able to finish my homework on time, but I pulled it off. Second exercise. The magician tried a very dangerous trick, and everyone was nervous. In the end, You can say, pulled it off. The full sentence is, the magician tried a very dangerous trick, and everyone was nervous. In the end, he pulled it off. Third exercise. After a long day, I got home and... How can you use pull off here? You might say, pulled off my shoes and relaxed. The full sentence is, after a long day, I got home and pulled off my shoes and relaxed. Let's review what we have learned. The phrasal verb to pull off usually means to succeed in doing something difficult or surprising. You can use it when you or someone else achieves something that seemed impossible or very hard. Sometimes it can also mean to remove something by pulling, like clothes or shoes, but this is less common. Let's look at a few more example sentences to help you remember. Everyone said the project was too complicated, but our team pulled it off. No one believed the small company could compete with the big brands, but they pulled it off and became successful. She pulled off a perfect performance at the concert. And for removing things, he pulled off his gloves and shook hands with his friend. She pulled off the sticker from the notebook. Now it's your turn. Try to think of a time when you pulled off something difficult. Maybe you passed a hard exam, won a game, or finished a big project. How would you say it using the phrasal verb pull off? For example, last year I pulled off passing my driving test on the first try. Let's finish with a short quiz. I will give you 3 sentences. Try to decide if pull off is used to mean succeed at something difficult or remove something by pulling. Sentence 1. With a lot of practice, he pulled off playing the song perfectly. That's right. It means he succeeded at something difficult. Sentence 2. She pulled off her old wallpaper to paint the wall. Here, it means she removed something by pulling. Sentence 3. They pulled off a last-minute win in the championship. Correct. It means they succeeded at something difficult. Well done. Now you know how to use the phrasal verb to pull off. Remember, practice is important. Try to use pull off in your conversations this week. The more you use it, the easier it will become. Keep learning, keep practicing, and soon you'll be using phrasal verbs like a native speaker.